Hi, welcome to Yoke's YouTube channel. Are you planning to study in Canada in the year 2025-2026? Here are some things that you need to watch out for, and we will be discussing details on that. So I'm Liz Mathew, the regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and happy to have you all here. So, to apply for study permit to Canada, you basically need an acceptance letter to study in Canada, and it should be from a designated learning institution. Every institution has a DLI, and DLI is mentioned by a number. So, a college has a particular assigned number. A DLI, it means it is approved by a provincial or a territorial government to host international students. And primary and secondary schools in Canada are designated learning institutions, and they are included in the list that we will be showing you. So if you are doing a post-secondary education in university or college, they do have DLI numbers, and we will be providing the list of the DLI institutions. We'll leave them in the description box, and if you have any queries to check if your particular college or university that you are coming to study in Canada are part of the DLI list. And if the school you're studying at loses its DLI status for whatever reason be while you are studying, you can keep studying until your study permit expires. And you may need to apply for a new DLI in all the other circumstances. That is what basically that's been instructed by IRCC. And make sure you do look at your particular institution is DLI approved before you decide to study in Canada. And you need to know if you are eligible to work after you graduate, as not all DLI institutions and not all programs of study may be eligible in the postgraduate work permit program. And along with the graduating from a postgraduate work permit eligible designated learning institution, you need to meet all the other conditions to get your postgraduate work permit approved. But the main thing is to make sure it is DLI approved and it is in the study list. A major change that has come about recently as of July 4th, 2025, is if you are currently studying, you already graduated, and your CIP code, which is your classification of instructional programs code, does not appear in the table listed out on the IRCC website, you may still be eligible for PGWP based on when you submitted your study permit application. So, as of July 4th, if your particular program that you're studying is not in the list, if your program code is not in the list of study programs that will receive PGWP, you might have issues applying for your postgraduate work permit to work after your study completion. So make sure you're choosing the right courses when you decide to come into Canada. If you're already in that program and they decide to take it off the list, you are okay because you're already enrolled in that program before this change had come into place. And who does not need to meet the field of study requirement? So you don't need to meet the field of study requirement if any of this applies. I'll be stating it out. If you submitted your postgraduate work permit application before November 1st, 2024, regardless of the level of study, and you graduated from a PGWP eligible flight school, or you graduated from a bachelor's degree, master's degree, or doctoral degree, and you applied for a study permit before November 1, 2024, then you do not need to meet the field of study requirement. As earlier to that, there was no field of study requirement to apply for your postgraduate work permit. If you don't meet one of the exceptions that was stated out, use the table to check if your program is still eligible for PGWP. We will be putting that in the description box, the PGWP eligible DLI institution, so you can cross verify before you make that final decision and you decide to move into Canada. So please be informed and make informed decisions, as it's very important, as most of the people coming to study in Canada, they are eventually looking to work in Canada. So you don't want to come into Canada and then realize, hey, my particular program is not PGWP eligible, because that is a very important criteria for you to apply for a PGWP, postgraduate work permit. As I told you, your particular code needs to be in the list that has been updated as of July 4th, 2025. And the list of codes are primarily in the fields of agriculture and agri-food, education, healthcare, and social service, STEM category, the trade, and transport category. Basically, these categories have been selected as per the in demand occupations that are currently in Canada. That's why this particular streams have been selected. So make sure you are aware of the changes and do make sure that your codes are PGWP eligible. And another very important change to be noted for students who will be coming to study in Canada, that your proof of funds requirements that you need to show in your account will be changing as of September 1, 2025. So if you are submitting your study permit application after September 1, 2025, there is an increased amount that you will be need to show in your bank account. So if your number of family members is just one, earlier it was 20,000 something, and now it's supposed, as of September 1, 2025, it'll be 22,895. So there has been those changes depending on the number of family members that you will be applying. So please do make sure you do show the appropriate proof of funds in your bank account, so you wouldn't face rejections or you do not meet the eligibility criteria. So, and we are always here to help you out no matter what be your inquiry. And thanks for tuning in.